Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's effdash here with effdash TV. Today we got another first look for you. Today for card monsters. Now, card monsters should not be confused with the almost exact same game that is currently on Congregate. This is sort of like an offshoot, sort of like a clone, but not a clone. Essentially, it's a CCG game, it's a collectible card game, competitive card game, whatever you want to call it, in the vein of Hearthstone. And this one's a little different because it's much less complicated than Hearthstone and the ilk of that kind. And it promises 3-minute battles. So whether or not it delivers on that, it's not really what we're here to discuss. We're more here to show you the game. So this is your main screen here. Only 2 modes, Arena and Event. Now the events change every single day. So you see right now we've got Mount Blacksmith, which is a PvE event. And it ends in about 30 minutes. You can collect legendary items. Training camps open every single day, so you can always go in and train. And then new events every single day. Those are whatever. You are going to want to do those so that you can get some of these monster runes and some daily card packs for sure. Here's Instructor Amos telling you the same thing. So events are now open. Go and challenge experience all new challenges. You can also continue to participate in the training camp. So down here, you've got your shop, you've got quests, you've got guilds, which at the moment are nothing more than just a collection of players. Maybe in the future they're going to do something like guild wars or battle inside your guild. I don't really know. Right now, there's not a whole big reason to join a guild, but definitely if you want to, you can go ahead and join a guild. Your packs is where you go and collect your packs that you've either earned or bought. And you've got your collection. There's so much to show you in terms of the cards and the mechanics and all that. I'm going to show you a few different things here, but it's much better when it is in motion here. So let's look at a card such as Void Element. And let's discuss the card here first before we head down to the skill details. So you see in the top left corner, we've got a blue crystal with a number in it. This is the essentially called play number. So this is how many crystals you need in order to play this card. So every turn in this game, you get 3 crystals. So obviously a card like Void Element can be played on your, can be played every turn, if you have that many. If it had 3 crystal cost, then it could still be played. Now, if it has a 4 crystal cost, then it cannot be played in one hand. It has to be played in 2 hands. So it means you gotta either play a card that has a 1, or pretty much do nothing and wait for the next round when you've got 6 crystals to spend. Bottom left-hand corner is your attack number. So this will either be your sword, which stands for melee, or it will be a wand, which stands for magic, or it'll be a bow, which stands for range. Now that's very important because the board is set up so that only melee attacks work from the front position. So there's 3 spots, there's the front and then 2 sides. So the front is melee only, and the sides are range only. Now, of course, there's always an exception to every rule, and the exception to this rule is for the canes. So the the magic users. Magic users can go anywhere. So they can go in the front and either side, which is pretty cool. It's also very overpowered, I think, at the moment. The meta leans heavily towards magic users just because they can go anywhere, and number 2, they ignore armor. So in this game, you have equipment, which I'll show you, which usually, either, increases your ability to dodge, or gives you, armor, or increases your attacking ability. But fire doesn't care if you equip armor because it will ignore it. So that kind of sucks. Then you have in the middle, the bottom, you have a crystal, and there are different color crystals. So this is a silver. There's also a charcoal. There's a silver, there's a gold, and then there's a rainbow one. And that just pretty much tells you the rarity of the animal. So charcoal is like super basic. Silver is like, normal. Gold is, high. And then the Rainbow one is like legendary status. And then on the bottom right hand side, you've got a heart with a number in it, and this is how much health you have. So this is your HP. Once your HP is gone, the card is destroyed. So skill details here tell you about the card. So in this case, he does 2 melee damage, and he'll do that to the opposite enemy from the front row. So, and you'll see his second ability is called Reach. So in the middle, right above the crystal, you'll see like a little symbol there, and everybody has a different one. Some people don't have any. So his is a hand, and this stands for Reach. So this is really cool because he can do melee from the back. So again, remember, you can only do melee from the front. Kane's magic users can go anywhere, but if you have this ability called Reach, you can actually attack from the back. So this card is very versatile. You can put it in the front or the back. And then when you level him up to level 3, he unlocks this another ability called Additional Crystal. So when you sacrifice him, you can generate an additional crystal. So each time you sacrifice a monster, you get 2 crystals. So in this case, you'll get 3. So I mean, it's very interesting. You may just bring him along, not only because he can reach, but because of the fact that when you sacrifice him, he gives you an extra crystal. So that's, you know, you can definitely use that to your advantage. So if you look now at the equipment, let's go back here, look at my items. Items follow pretty much the same trajectory. Let's look at the potion here. Potion costs 1 to use, and it gives you 1 HP to an injured ally. So it's sort of like a one-time use thing. We've got others. Oh, there's actually a pretty good one right there. Let me go back. Okay, hold on. Back to the collection, back to the items. First page of the item, this one right here. So Thief Cloak, you see it's 1 star. It not only gives you 2 shield, but also gives you 1 chaos. So chaos, it deals random true damage to a random enemy. And this damage is armor first. So unlike the cane, like this one here. So this one deals spell damage to the opposite enemy and ignores armor. So the current meta, like I said, is very dominated by magic because of the fact that it ignores armor. So that's definitely something you're going to want to use to your advantage if you want to really steamroll your competition. So that's that. So let's go into a battle so you can see just how all this works. So actually I wanted to go in and show you my give me a sec here and show you one of the last battles I had. The very top one you see there, it's me against somebody called Deathless. His dex strength is 1970. Mine is 2285. Now that is not necessarily a good indication of whether or not it's going to be a good battle or not. In fact, you can't even see dex strength when you're fighting somebody. So it's only after in this one screen here we can actually see what their dex strength was. But let's go ahead and watch this battle. And a lot of things are going to happen. I'm going to try to articulate them as best as I can. But I will warn you, a lot's going to happen here. And my apologies if my sound gets kind of wonky here. All right, so first off, I'm gonna pause it right as soon as we start here. That was the coin toss. So every game starts with a coin toss, and that essentially decides who goes first. So if you see a heads, then you go first. If you see not a heads, sort of like a cannon or something, or no, that actually, if you see an X, I'm sorry, that's tails, and it means you go second. In this game, going first is kind of a death sentence. Unless you have a really, really good, powerful first card, you're almost always going to want to go second so that you can take out that powerful card. It's really weird. In this game, you don't really want to go first. The other thing I want to note is that on the top here, you can actually see his cards. That's only true during replays. So I'm actually going to remove that ability so you can see what I saw when I battled this person. And on the bottom, you can always, of course, see your cards. So again, I go second. So you can see there, let me know. So he immediately starts out and he plays a King Rat. Now, King Rat is very powerful, as you can see. He does 4 melee damage and he's got 8 health. You know, that's no slouch right there. Now, if we look at my cards, you'll see that I have a 4 cost. Well, actually, let me explain. On the left-hand side, you'll see equipment. On the right-hand side, you will see my monsters. So you see I have a 3 and I have a 4. The problem with my 3 is that he's a ranger. And as you can see from the board, I cannot put my ranger in the front. So I'm going to have to play my 4 card. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to sacrifice one of my equipments. So let's go ahead and watch this happen. So I sacrifice my wand to play this character who does 4 damage on the Rat King. So now he brings out a character who does, go ahead and pause that there, a character who does magic damage. So you see now if you add his magic damage plus King Rat's damage, that's 6 damage, you know? So I can't, exactly, that's exactly what's going to happen. I couldn't take that much damage, so I lost a card there. So at this point, I have to play this card here, Fishman, who doesn't attack. All he does is heal, right? So I'm already at a disadvantage because I'm playing my healer. I have nobody to heal, and I have nobody to attack his cards. So this is not going well for me so far. Now he brings on another magic user. Here's 2 damage. Here's 2 damage. Guess what? Here's 4 damage. I've just lost another card. It's crazy. He throws out a cat emoji. So here's something else. That happened a little fast. So what I did there is I played my King Rat, and then I sacrificed a card so that next time I could play maybe my Frosty. You know, it'll give me additional crystals there. But again, I mean, you just look what he has. He's got 2 damage on the left, 2 damage on the right, and 4 damage in the middle. 8 damage. As you can see, my King Rat can only take 7. So again, this is not going well. I did manage to take out his King Rat, so that's good. And the cool thing about my King Rat, as opposed to his, this is not going well at all. Alright, let me pause that there. A lot happened there. So the cool thing about my King Rat is that you'll see he has a little crystal on top. When you max him out, every time he destroys any monster, he gives you an additional crystal. So that's actually pretty big if you can keep him alive. Obviously, the idea is to, you know, shield him or, you know, put the fish there so that he can heal him. But I don't have that luxury. So now he's brought out this really big guy, Big Bones, I believe is what his name is, who also does 4 damage. He put a shield on him for 3 hits, and he has 7 HP. And he still has the 2 force users on the side. So my King Rat's going to die here. And you can see raped. Now, I do want to say that every time you lose a monster, you do get 1 additional crystal as well. So you see my crystals are piling up right now. This is good because it affords me 7 crystals, which allows me to play both my Frosty and my... I never remember this guy's name, but it's a cat on a hawk, pretty much. Now, keep in mind the symbols on top of their heads. This is it's called flight, and essentially it allows them to dodge quite often, actually. And my Frosty is going to dodge here coming up, and it's pretty much going to save my ass completely. Well, let's watch. So I do 3 damage over there. I'm going to ignore his armor, remember. So you see I went straight for his HP. So now he does 2 damage here, 2 damage here. Now, I would have died. I should have died there. But you'll see he actually misses. Because my flight kicked in. I'm telling you, that saved my ass. Now I threw up my big bull. Now I'm going to start going on the offensive here. As you can see, he has 6 animals left. I only have 5. But I threw up my bull. Here's the cool thing about this bull. He does only do 3 damage. He does have 6 HP, but he's got this little symbol on top with a 2. And this actually can be upgraded to a 3. Essentially, he'll do his normal 3 damage to the person in front of him, but then he'll do 2 damage to a random enemy on the side. And so this is, this is going to be huge as we continue watching. So 3 damage over here, 3 damage here. So I've knocked out one of his magic users. Now this magic user rotates. 3 there. Unfortunately, I did get hit with that, but okay, a lot happened there. So here's what happened. So I took out the person on the side, and when you lose one monster, everything rotates. So his big bones, I hit his big bones. His big bones had a special armor on that where when he was attacked by melee, he would retaliate. So he retaliated against me. So that's why I've lost some HP there. But then again, my bull did the -2 to a person on the side, and his ghost only had 2, so he's gone now. So now, you know, he's only got 4 monsters left. I've got 5. So things are, you know, the RNG has swung towards my direction at this point. He threw out another magic user and a bird user, and he gave more equipment. So I just got hit there for 3 HP, which is going to kill my Frosty because he can't dodge range attacks. But I did want to highlight his magic user here on the left. He's got the symbol on top where he not only does he attack magic, but then he'll attack another character on the side of that character with more magic. So it kind of, you know, kind of rapes. So my Frosty dies. That means my bird moves over. He's going to get hit for 2. The bull's going to get hit for 1, and then 4. Boom. So things are looking really, really bad for me at the moment. It's not looking good at all. It's very bad. But let's see what I can do. So I'm going to destroy one of these gears. I'm going to throw out the last 2 monsters I have. So this is it for me. I have no more monsters in my pack here. He's got 1 more. But let me talk about these 2 monsters here. So you saw he did have a ghost as well. The ghost has a symbol on top of his head, which is a sword with a down arrow. And that makes all melee attacks, actually I think all attacks, could be just melee though, do 1 less damage. And then my shield does not do damage, but he does protect the other people by blocking 1 magic damage and 2 sword damages or range damages, and that's going to prove super helpful as we go on and finish this match. So let's continue here. So you see 1 down there, so he's going to do 2 damage here, 3 damage there. So I've knocked out his bird. Remember, he does have 1 more animal left, and he brings him out. And who is it? The Reacher. But so yeah, so you saw that. Let me go ahead and pause that. So the Reacher went, and he always attacks the person in the middle, and he attacked the shield, but the shield person, the shield itself, blocks 2 damage. So because of that, the Reacher is effectively worthless because he will always attack the person in the middle. And that's why you want to put your shield in the middle if you can, because he's going to protect your other 2 players. In this case, the 1 player I have left. Now the magic user did get my cat there, so there's nothing I can do about that. But he's going to also throw 1 magic, and again, I can block 1 magic there. So let me pause that. So I was able to block that 1 magic because the shield blocks 1 magic. However, if you look at the big bones in the middle there, he's got 6 freaking attack, and I can only block 2 of that. So I've lost 4 HP. So this is not looking well for me here. But I did just sacrifice a card that I did not need anymore. So now I'm going to start equipping my 2 characters here with everything I've got left. So I equipped him with a shield and chaos, and I equipped him with chaos and 2 shield as well. So 2 there. Remember, it's random damage. So I was able to knock him out. Moves reach over. Now at this point, there's really... So here's where he ran into trouble. At this point, his Reacher, he has no more abilities left to make him do more melee attacks, right? So he's, again, never going to be able to hit my shield for any damage. And then the person in the middle does 3, so he will be able to do 1 damage, but he's going to do it to my shield. So let's see here. So you see I do 1 damage, but to my shield. Now I've got another one here. I'm going to go ahead and blow that one. And it leaves me with 1 card left. So there's my magic. Here's some chaos damage. So again, now he switches everything up. So he does 2 damage, but again, that 2 damage is not going to do anything to my shield. And I still have a cap left. So 0. Now he blew up my shield, which is fine because I've got this cap here. So not only do I have a 5 shield now, but I also can do 2 damage to the enemy, Big Bones, ignoring any armor he may potentially have had on. In this case, he doesn't have any on, but no matter what, he was going to die. So 2 for you, you're dead. 2 for you, you're dead. And that's the match. So you saw there was a lot of RNG in that match. It started out super, heavy towards him, and then when it came to me kind of towards the end there, like 3/4 of the way, and I was able to power my way to a victory. So you can see your card composition is very, very important. The way you put your cards on the setup in terms of the synergies that they have together, as well as the synergies that they have with your equipment. And you may have seen I utilize a lot of blues. Those are sort of like I can't remember their name, but I utilize a lot of blues, 2 purples, and then a yellow. And that's mainly because that yellow is legendary and it's kind of cool. Just want to show that off, So yeah, and the reason I want to show that match is because of the big paradigm shifts in terms of the RNG. And RNG is very fickle. You can pray to RNGesus as much as you want. He may or may not hear your prayers. But when he does, he does. And when he doesn't, he definitely doesn't. So I wanted to show you a match that I had where, RNGesus did not, he didn't care for me as much here. So let's go look at my match here with Palotola. So you can see that it doesn't always swing in your favor. You saw, and I have a bigger or a higher deck strength than he does. But you'll see in this match here, it doesn't really matter. So I'm at the top actually in this one. This is very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and watch this. I'll try to commentate as it happens. So I'm actually going first. I blow up one of my equipment so that I can throw out my 4-cost monster here. So now he throws out his King Rat. So it's 4/4 against... he's got more health than me though. So King Rat is most likely going to win that battle every time. I'm deciding here, do I want to sacrifice another item to bring up my healer? And I decide against it and I bring up my ghost, Casper. I call it Casper. So it's 2 damage there, 4 damage there. So I pretty much decided that my 4-cost monster there in the middle, my tank, is going to die because he's going to die this round. And I decided that as soon as I brought out my Casper. That's okay, it happens. So you see he brought out another Void monster who does, as you know, he reaches from the back. So he's going to do 2 damage plus a 3 damage. Yeah, he's dead. Not much you can do about that. Leaves me here in the middle with my Frost monster. I can take out, I bring in my Bull. 2 damage to you, 3 damage to you. So now we've just left with the, and the 2 damage. Can't forget about that. And I almost always do. It's freaking awesome. Especially when it happens in your favor. So at this point, I'm feeling really, really good about myself. I've got 7 equipment, 7 monsters. He's got 8 equipment and 5 monsters. But he did bring out a Frosty. And then he brings out this monkey with a bow. But I'm still not terribly scared. But he does 2 there, 3 here. I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I can survive. So I bring in my healer. Things are looking well for me. So I've got 2 there, 3 here. Oh, but Frosty, Frosty's he's very slippery. So he slips away there. Now he brings in this eagle here, Eagle Commander. Excuse me here with this. Let me go ahead and pause that. I don't know why the sound goes absolutely nuts here. Let me go ahead and bring that down a bit. It's super weird. All right. So let's go ahead and continue. So 3 damage here. So still not looking bad. I put a shield on him. He's going to heal him. So that's 3 more damage there. Actually 4 now because of the helmet. And 3 damage to you. Plus 2 to you. Oh, but see. Now he's different. Because when Frosty dodges, he just dodges. When the Eagle Commander dodges, he gets increased attack. So you see now my healer's gone. He's gone. which just moves him to the front. So he's all alone now. So what am I going to do? I'm going to bring in my Rat King, sacrifice an animal here so that I can equip him with some stuff here. So that's -4 for you, -6 for you, except that he dodges again. This guy's killing me. So now he's putting even more magic on, which is really hurtful because, again, magic, it goes through shield. So you see, that's why my Rat King died there. I had a shield on him, but it did nothing because magic doesn't care for your shields. So this is where things are starting to turn more towards his favor. So I've got 4 crystals here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Frosty. 4 damage there, so that's good. As you can see, he does have 1 more monster left, and that's so that's good. So now it swung back to me. So he's got 1 monster left, but he also does flight. So this is going to do 4 magic for him. So he's dead. So that hurts. Look at that, 4 damage there. I've still got 2 more monsters, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring in one of my monsters, knowing full well that my Frosty most likely is going to die next round. And it's a pretty good chance that it's going to die. So I bring in my shield. Remember, my shield can block a couple things there. So that's 3 damage to you, but he throws damage right back. So let me go ahead and pause it right there. So the symbol on top of this guy's head is sort of like kind of looks like an infinity sign. Essentially, he's got a 75% chance to send magic damage back at the attacker. That is absolutely insane. And pretty much costs me the match completely. Before that I could have won, but because of that, that's kind of where I take a turn there. So 4 damage here, +2. There's nothing I can do. All I've got left is my cat. I'm gonna have to surrender because my cat can't attack from the front. And as you saw, I mean, you saw it right there. It swung in my favor in the beginning, to him, back to me, and then back to him at the end. So, I mean, it's fickle, man. You know, you never really know what's gonna happen in this game, and that's, you know, it's kind of the cool part about it, is that every match is different. You know, you're not gonna steamroll every single match, and you're not going to lose every single match. But every match is going to be entertaining, I think. So I definitely like this game so far. If you do too, if you're playing it, go ahead and add me. You see my friend code there. My ID is XU2WZQ. It's on the screen there. Go ahead and add me. We can do some practice battles so we can both get better. And if you have a guild you'd like me to join, let me know as well. You can leave that down in the comments. But yeah, so this has been Card Monsters, and I'll definitely be playing more of this. I'll see if I upload a few more videos. This is a vertical. This is a vertical game, so a little weird to make videos for it, but you know, we do what we can. But I did want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you guys so much. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, follow, you know, like, hit the bell, you know, do all the cool things that all the cool kids are doing. But I will see you guys next time, maybe with another game, maybe with this game. We won't know. It'll be a surprise. Next time on effdash TV. Take it easy, guys.